Hello everyone, welcome back to Lifelight Wisdom. So right now what I'm going to do is a channeled message from that person you're waiting for messages from. Okay, we're gonna do a channeled love message right here. So let me just see what deck I'm going to use. Right, let's take this both out. Right. So I think I'm going to use the Lightseer's Tarot for this one. It's been a while since I used the Lightseer's Tarot. And let's get to it. Okay, let's shuffle this. Chariot, whatever message that you're waiting on is going to come. Trust in that. Trust in that, because I know it's slow, but like Mercury just did go direct. 3 of Cups. I don't see third party. It can be a third party, but it's not cheating or anything. It's just third party. Third party in terms of, can be work, it can be just the circumstances, really. 5 of Cups. There's 3 to the 5 of Cups, honestly. Yeah. 3 to the 5 of Cups. Now, in this person that you are waiting to hear a message from, they come from a society or from a rung of society that is different from yours. Like their friend groups are different from yours. Their the people that they meet, the people that they see are different from yours. Okay, and it's not. It's been difficult for them to reconcile that idea, or like of seeing you move in their world. And I guess similarly, you who's waiting to hear this message, it's difficult for you to see yourself moving in their world. Okay, and this is why you're grieving with the 3 of Cups. Normally it's like you have the 3 of Cups falling down, but the 2 of Cups is still upright or still full. But the 2 of Cups here in this particular deck, and I see the stars, and the stars, this is like somehow like written in the stars for some reason. I just did a recent love reading wherein that, that twin flame, that partner that you've been trying to manifest is here, because the feminine, the Empress, see, Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. Somehow this person shot themselves in the foot for some reason, because of their own impressions, or of their own first impressions, and they're like, they probably declare themselves in one way, like say, oh, like this connection will just be casual anyway, so let me treat it as casual. And that's why they're holding back. That's why you're not hearing from them, because like, how do you reconcile that that fact? It's hard for them to reconcile that that idea that, oh, this is not just casual, this is not this can have the potential to, but don't go falling in love for potential, by the way. Okay, the feminine here is very, very self-assured right now. Okay, she's just in her receptive mode, and with the moon here, yeah, she knows things are being hidden from her. She knows things are not being it's not coming. Someone is not being forthcoming, but does she care? Not really. She's just focusing on herself and what she needs to do. Meanwhile, this other person is like, with this with the 7 of Swords, is trying to be sneaky. Not sneaky in the sense of like manipulative or anything, but it's just they're trying to get away with not messaging you, for example, like, or like not contacting you, because they have to work on themselves here. They know that they cannot pour into this love, because I feel like what I'm hearing here is they feel they don't have enough, which is kind of insane, really. It's insane for them to think that they do not have enough, because you actually think of them as someone very successful, someone very in tune, or someone very stable. And for them to actually think that they are not enough is maddening to you. And that's why on your side, the feminine side, it's been frustrating as to why they are not sending a message towards you. They're not moving towards you, but they will. They will. With the Ace of Wands here, with the Ace of Pentacles here, once they know that, like, okay, like, oh, I can provide something stable for this feminine, I will. And it will be very fast. And the Kindle, it looks like matchsticks actually, or like fireworks. It's like you put them all together so that it can light up a spark. That spark of a message is going to come, okay? And honestly, the feminine is also kind of exhausted, or like not just frustrated, but exhausted on waiting for this masculine to man up and send that message, because they know that the masculine knows that they are each other's wish fulfilled. They are each other's wish come true, okay? But this masculine is in the magician mode, Page of Pentacles, trying to balance things out. Choose it with the Two of Swords. Yeah. They're thinking, yeah, they're trying to master their own inner emotions as well, their own feminine side as well, to be more vulnerable, because they're not used to being vulnerable. They're used to keeping things for themselves with the Four of Pentacles here. They're used to keeping things for themselves and like trying, the answer is like they're used to having to do things on their own, or like having to solve things by themselves. And the thing is, like with the feminine, that's not gonna fly, because she wants someone to build with. Okay, let's see what else. With the Ace of Wands, I say, like with the Ace of Wands, they think this was something probably sexual as well, and they're guarding themselves, or probably meditating a lot, contemplating a lot, thinking to themselves. Alright, why they're not, yeah, with the Hierophant. Telling you, they see you as if this started out as like you met them and like they thought this was something casual, it started out as something that like intentions were different. Started out with different intentions, this connection, and they shot themselves in the foot by saying though that was the intention of this connection. So now they're doubting their own self, because now there's like, oh, there's that commitment, there's that idea that this might be the person that I want with me and for me. Okay, now let's see with some other deck here. Let's see, I'm gonna go with this particular deck right here with this oracle cards. Let's see. Alright, but yeah, so if you are still waiting on this message, if you're the feminine here, what's this cards? King of Pentacles, King of Cups, Eight of Cups, Two of Swords. They're gonna move away from what they thought was correct in this connection, okay, and come towards you. They are probably indecisive, but you know, they look indecisive, but somehow I'm hearing here 8 days, 8 or 10 days, 8 or 2 days, 2 hours, 8 hours. Let's see. Here, tell us some more clarity. Who's this person? Who's this person? Call. Yeah, comfort. See, what did I tell you? It's like they are like probably right now contemplating. Because they didn't feel safe to send you that message. They didn't feel, when we say safe, it can also be assured, or like security, right? A secure attachment styles. There's probably a lot of message that they wrote and erased, okay? but you will hear from them. They would probably, because I feel like also this is the type of person who kind of is very curt or like very straightforward when it comes to text messages. They do not reply or they do not answer in text messages unless absolutely necessary. You know what I mean? They have they're very economical with their words, and they're very functional with their words. So and I feel like they prefer to have a call rather than you texting them, actually. Let's see. But they haven't been feeling safe to confess, really. And confession can mean anything, okay? Third party, lies, keeping secrets. As I've said, there's a third party, but this is not exactly a third party. Home foundation. What is the third party here? What is interfering? But it's in the reverse, as you can see. It's coming out of that. Like, whatever they've been keeping, they didn't lie per se, I feel like. Yeah. Broken trust. I feel like what I'm hearing here is, what did I say about, like, they had an idea of love, they have an idea about this connection, and now they kind of shot themselves in the foot by like saying one thing and then like gonna come to you for another thing, okay? Because what is the truth here is because they see you as a good foundation to build a home with, okay? Now, cheating, as I said, it's in the reverse. It's funny that the third party and the cheating came out in the reverse, because it is not, and I've been saying this will be unexpected. Last 3 readings, I've been doing those readings straight on, and it has been like saying coup de foudre, and there's probably a thunderstorm soon, I don't know, after the heat waves as well, but like it will come like as a strike of lightning, something completely unexpected, something somehow devastating. I'm seeing here the Tower. What they thought it was is gonna be subverted. There's like subverted expectations here, and that's why they're keeping things to themselves. They're not being very forthcoming with you, okay? They may have been cheated on in the past, or like that's what I'm, but I don't think it's like the third party here is really this subverted expectations, like this societal differences, and because there is some really there's some strong feelings here, okay? And no matter what happens, like the light is going to shine on these feelings, okay? So looking for what's hidden, reading between the lines. I do hear here as well, do not try to read between the lines, because as I've said, they communicate in a very functional way. They communicate they're very direct. They're like, what you hear is what you hear. They will say what they mean, and they mean what they say, okay? Did I say with the regrets? They do regret, like, because what they said at first might have been a lie, okay? They have declared this to be something else, and that expectation has been subverted, and they're kind of having a regret. Why did I say that? Why? When they are the divine masculine here. And sex, man, sex, good time. They're gonna be very dominant as well in bed, but that's not to say that the feminine is not. You will play off on each other's energy. You're very sexually compatible is what I'm hearing here. What did I say? Like with it, like sex is part of it, because that's how it started. You probably thought this was like, just a warm body to fill my bed, but that's where they made a mistake. That's where they and that's why they're holding back and kind of like, oh, what the fuck did I do, or what the fuck did I say? Why did I say that? Right? Instability. Now let's see some keywords from the Divine Union deck right here. Letting go, aggression, White is the divine masculine, by the way. Depreciation and self-doubt, precipitation. They're waiting on you. Or like they're waiting on something. The container, carry life, irresponsibility. This is the masculine. Aggression, intransigence, and firmness. They're being very stubborn. But with this responsibility, they have to take responsibility for their words. Responsibility and irresponsibility. Figures, right? And 4-4 with the 8. Reliance. This might be dependence. They know that the feminine will have to rely on them, and they want the feminine to rely on them and to provide for the feminine. But there is some self-doubt. As I said, like this, it's so, it doesn't make sense, because to one of you, like the other was like, oh, you look very self-assured, you look successful, you look well put together, so why would you be insecure because of me? But like if it's the feminine, wherein she's just like the Empress mode, like the 9 of Pentacles, wherein she's very confident and trusting of herself, then that is hella triggering for someone who is successful in one way, in terms of the material. And so what this connection calls for is patience, because this connection is very much gestating is what I'm hearing. It's kind of like enterprising. As I said, this is a partnership that will bring about some stability into your life as well, like some order and some organization into your life in terms of security as well. Insensitivity, intellect, boldness, like coldness. They do come off as cold. Let's see, intellect and boldness, right? They come off as cold because they are very smart, they're very logical, they're very driven by logic right now, and for all that they are bold and kind of forthcoming or kind of functional in their words, they're very direct with what they want. It's also very confusing to have to guess what is happening, because like they're not sending you any messages, or like any direct messages, or addressing the point that you want to make. Okay, so let's just wrap this up with some angel cards as per usual. So many cards. Let me just, some angel cards. Yeah, with the King of Cups sliding out. Here you go. Let's see. Just a moment. Let's see. You know what? Okay. I think they want me to use this deck as well. That's why. Because, let's see. Because I feel like you want to know their feelings, right? Let's see what their feelings are for you. Alright. So how do they feel? Point blank. How do they feel about our collective, please? Thank you. Right. Shame, wishes fulfilled, gloom, happiness, shame, shadow work, protecting your feelings, and they are healing, and some reflection. Some anger, but I don't think that's it. What did I say? I mean, if you need any more confirmation, that's it. Because you are their wish fulfilled, and so they've been, as I've said, they cannot come to you as they are, or as they have been, but they will come to you though. Make no mistake about that. They will come to you. Maybe it's you are kind of impatient right now with them. You are actually very impatient, and that's why you wouldn't be here in this reading if you are currently very patient with them, because as you come to a tarot reading because you want some clarity, right? But they are going through healing. They are ascending here, and it's much sooner than you think, actually. I don't feel here that I don't feel here the feeling of how I usually feel, where yeah, the twin flame is coming, blah 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 blah, but like you don't know the time frame. They are gonna come to you very, very soon, is what I'm hearing here. They might be trying to protect your feelings because they know that they are not healed within themselves, and so they have to do shadow work. Since we have the shadow card, let's see with what shadow. Let's see what shadow they have. What's the shadow, please? That's a lot. Reclaim the lost self, identity, power, soul, retrieval, boundaries, self-focus, release. Fixing isn't healing. They've been trying to fix everything. Your wounds hold wisdom. Experience insight, integration. Emotional blackout, shock, freeze response, internal collapse. Shame for being you, humiliation, identity suppression. They went through, as I said, like, they identified themselves with something, and that can be their own social situation or their own, how do you say this, their own expectations for themselves. I just keep hearing they shot themselves in the foot. They shot themselves in the foot. Okay, I hear it. So they have their own limiting beliefs. Okay, their own mindset. They probably thought like, one, oh, this might just be casual. That's yeah. But then the thing here, and the main thing here is they met someone like you, someone like the collective, like the Lifelight collective, who, when they meet people, they shine a light on people. They shine the light on the darkest parts of people. If you are drawn to this video, if you are drawn to my readings, you are likely someone who is very triggering for a lot of people. You are triggering in the sense that you ask them to rise up. And that's why there's not a lot of, I don't think there's a lot of, people kind of subscribing right now to the channel, because not many people are in like integrated within themselves, really. Not a lot of people are integrated within themselves, and the people who are coming here are people who are in some shape or form already integrated. And so you are asking about other people, another person, another human being who has not yet integrated into themselves, who hasn't faced their own shadows. And when you walk into a room, you tend to shed a light on those particular things that people tend to walk away from, and that is hella triggering for a lot of people. And that's why this person that is not messaging you is feeling some shame, because they realized, there's this person who, despite everything that life threw at them, they had the courage to heal themselves. They have the courage to do their own shadow work. They have the courage. And so what they're doing now is trying to reflect. There's, as I've said, like, they're very stubborn people, but intransigent, but they are gonna be even the biggest rocks can be torn away by the steady flow of water. So yeah, 2323. Endless cycles, charisma, communication, society, movement, journey, repetitive circumstances and patterns. There's some truth you're resistant to accept over and over again until you're tired and restrained beyond depression. It takes a decision to live life for yourself. Life is all about passion. Then you make a change and the world around you follows. Now this also goes to whoever is listening to this message. This can go either way for sure. But this other person, they have to realize what they need to realize for themselves. You can just leave them for now, because they already know and they already see that you are their wish fulfilled, and they just need time, really. They need time to reflect. Swift action. 0808. With wealth, empathy, promises, commitment, affection, inner strength, and auspicious outcomes. You will enter a time of expansion, so begin taking steps toward achieving your ultimate objective. My God, Mercury retrograde. So begin taking steps toward achieving your ultimate objective immediately. Finances will miraculously improve. And somebody has their mindset on you. This person has their mind set on you. Okay? this message right here, that this truth that you're resistant to accept over and over again, this goes both ways. This doesn't just go for them, but this also goes for you. You're being called by spirit to actually accept the truth as well, that you are refusing to accept. So whether that's like being patient, just giving them the time, and like trying not to you know, like, I know you want to message them probably and like reach out to them, but spirit is saying here, hold back for a minute and kind of let them do the work that they need to work on, because then they will come up to you in the best way possible, and they will come, so trust. So this has been it for your reading. I hope that this channeled love message helped you, and if it did, please do share, like, comment, and subscribe, and comment I accept this energy down below, and share this video with your friends or whoever might need to hear this message, because the law of energetic exchange is real. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.